When I first got sick, I was dead tired all the time. So I would barely wake up in the morning, drag myself out of bed, want to nap throughout the day multiple times, and I would go to sleep early and sleep all the way through the night, absolutely like a bear. Now, within a year or two, it switched, and now I was tired through the day, and I might need to nap throughout the day, but by the time it got to night time, I found it harder and harder to get to sleep, and then if I did get to sleep, to stay asleep. So this made things very difficult for me. It got to a point where I really struggled to be able to get to sleep at night time, and I started getting really anxious about it. And at that stage, the only thing I had that I knew worked for my sleep was my migraine medication, which made me drowsy, and it had the muscle relaxants in there. So I was taking them probably more often than I should have. You know, you're supposed to only take them for a couple of days, or it might be 8 tablets or something within 24 hours or 48 hours. I don't even know the exact specifications, but I'm pretty sure I was doing it wrong because that was all I could use that would work. So fortunately for me, I stumbled across Dr. Jacob Teitelbaum's work, and I read his book, found out that he took appointments, and managed to fly over to Hawaii for a personal appointment with him. Now, he put me on a series of supplements and medications that allowed me to sleep very deeply, and this is when I really started to recover my best. Unfortunately, the hardest part with this process was the supplements I could get hold of fairly easily, but the medications became harder and harder to get. So at one stage I was able to get them shipped into Australia, ordered, no problem, but within a few years there were restrictions applied and I could no longer get hold of these medications. Also, these medications weren't available in Australia, and when I went and saw the doctor and tried some of the other stuff that they recommended, I really didn't have the same effect from it, and I really couldn't get that sleep I desired. So I had to look at other options. I switched over to some more natural supplements to see if they would make a difference. So working with a naturopath, and I was then making sure I was getting magnesium, and that can be a big one, helping with muscle relaxation for a lot of people. On top of that, stuff like melatonin, 5-HTP, tryptophan, different sleep formulas from different companies just to see which ones would make a difference. And those sorts of things helped, and some are better than others. Now, the hardest part here is I can't say, hey, you should take this one will work for you, because unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case. Because what works for me is not necessarily going to work for this person or this person. We often need a combination of several different things to meet our own biology so that we're getting that deep sleep that we really need. I'll also stress that you really should be putting a lot of effort into cleaning up your digestive system, and especially detoxification system, because according to traditional Chinese medicine, the liver is one of those things that is responsible for clearing out all of those toxins. And if you're waking up at around that 3 a.m. mark or either side of that, that's when the liver is really its most prominent, really doing its most work. And if it's struggling, you may wake up because of that. So if that's something that you find happens for you on a regular basis, waking up around that sort of a time, make sure you are spending the time doing those detoxification processes that we speak about in the other section. So the best advice I have for you is to work with a doctor or a naturopath or a holistic doctor or a traditional Chinese medical practitioner, and get them to put something together for you that is specific to you and your needs, and then they can track it based on how you react to it and then adjust things as needed. Now, I don't have any strong opinions whether you go supplements or medications or both, because sleep is so paramount in the recovery process. Yes, I do understand that medicine can have adverse effects within the gut, within the digestive system, and it could be causing more harm than good, but I actually think it's probably going to be causing more good than harm, especially if you're going about cleaning up your digestive system and killing off some of these nasty things in there. A lot of these medications are not too problematic. I will stress though that they can be difficult to get off because some of these medications can be opioid based, and the opiates are highly addictive and it makes it a little bit difficult. So again, just use that as a precaution. It is something that's there. And another one to remember is supplements and medications cannot always be mixed. So there are certain supplements and medications that will potentially cause problems with each other. So some of the antidepressants, and I'm talking both supplements and medications, can cause problems between them. So make sure you do your research and listen to the research. Don't go just cowboying it and saying, whatever, that's not the way it's going to be. Please pay very careful attention to it as you try it. So again, I stress to you, go and work with somebody who can work on a specific sleep formula for you, and then do all of those other sleep activities, the sleep routine and getting your room set up. Those sorts of things will all add up to making it work. I really hope you can find that magic formula for you, and I'm sorry that I can't give you that one thing because it's just so vast a world of different possibilities. But good luck to you, and I hope you find what you need.